Hello everyone and welcome back for our second character UTS breakdown video, featuring none other than the man himself, Dan. Dan is quite a fun character, and he started in Street Fighter Alpha and was a response, or rather a parody, on another games fighter who in turn kinda ripped off Ryu. Now, Dan's backstory is also one of revenge, but not as sinister as Yuri's. Dan's father, Go Hibiki, faced off against Sagat and took Sagat's eye, and in turn Sagat beat him to a pulp. And Dan wants revenge for this. So he trained under Gawken, but once Gawken learned that Dan was after revenge and not to just learn and become a good fighter, he was kicked out. And in turn, he started his own school and kind of mutated Gawken's teachings and has created something unique. Not necessarily good, but unique. So let's take a look at how it plays in the UTS system. As you can see, he has a move of 3 and a health of 25, which put him quite an average level. His Ultra, the Haugadoken, is a range 1 to 3 Ultra, and it's quite special that because at range 1 you get the full 7 attack dice and knockback 2. At range 2 you get 6 attack dice and knockback 1, and at range 3 you get the 5 attack dice. So as you can see, being close is a good thing. Range wise, he is quite flexible. He can hit with every kind of attack at range 1 and 2, which makes him very unpredictable, and you really want to stick really close to your opponents while playing him. Though at range 1 you might not usually use the specials, but they're a very good way to trip up your opponents and to keep them on their toes. Now, for his attacks, you can see that he has a total of 8 projectiles, a total of 9 strikes and 9 specials, so he's quite well balanced. Even in the distribution, since he has only 2 throws and one each, so he has 7 strikes which are not throws. And we'll get to those in a short bit. So for his projectiles, we have the Quick Gadoken, which is a 3 dice range 1 attack with poke. And as you probably know, poke makes your opponent discard the top 3 cards of their deck, meaning you can, since Dan has lots of pokes, you can quite quickly run down the deck and really deprive them of options, which is really nice. This also has the extra effect that if this attack deals damage, you move Dan up to 1 space. Next we have the Fierce Gadoken, which is a 2 dice range 1 to 3 attack with knockback 1 and poke, and you have a special combo effect that if you combo into this, you gain 1 meter. Then we have the regular Gadoken, which is a 2 dice 1 to 2 range attack with edge at range 2, giving you +1 attack die for a total of 3. For its strikes, we have the Leg Sweep, which is a 3 dice 1 to 2 range attack with knockback 1 and mix-up 1. Then we have the Psycho Kick, which is a 2 dice EXable attack at range 1 to 2 with poke and edge at range 2. So if you EX this and get it off at range 2, you can get a respectable 4 dice. Then we have his throws, the Psycho Haraigoshi, which is a throw 2 with 2 dice attack and range 1. And we have the Gado Thrust, a 2 dice range 1 throw with throw 1. Neither of those are comboable. For his specials, we have the Dankokyaku, which is a 3 dice 2 to 3 range EXable attack with mix up 1. And if this attack deals damage, you get to move Dan up to 2 spaces. And lastly, for his attack, we have the Koryoken, which is a 2 dice dash 2 attack, and it's the only of Dan's attacks that has a dash or charge movement. It has poke. If you combo, you get +1 attack die. Plus, this attack has the added benefit that if this attack gets +1 attack die for each space Dan was moved by dash. So if possible, if you get combo into this from range 3, you can get a total of 5 attack dice. Now for the events, he has the regular focus attacks, baits, and his super, the legendary taunt. And as you can see, there's a lot of text on this one. It is a super with knockback 2 or a free action, and in contrast to, I think, every other super attack, this one is placed as a face down attack, and when you reveal your attack, you either spend 4 meter or cancel the action. Why would you possibly want to cancel? Well, if the defender blocked or played an event card like wall jump, bait, or similar cards, you cancel it and you resolve a 4 dice unblockable attack. However, if they counter attack, you take unblockable damage equal to the base dice value on their attack, and you gain 6 meter. The base dice value is, in essence, the number shown on the dice. So if you happen to play Dan versus Dan and they counter attack with a Koryoken, you would take 2 damage. Now, this card can be quite tough to use, since a lot of people will often try to counterattack to turn the tides of battle or to not lose health. But if used against an opponent that blocks a lot, it can be really useful, since they won't be able to use any boost dice or anything, and you simply just resolve a 4 dice unblockable attack. However, if they counterattack, you will take damage and you gain 6 meter, but to gain the 6 meter, you would first have to spend the 4 meter, so you would get the same result as if you would have spent this as a free action to gain the 2 meter, plus you would take damage. So for me personally, I have rarely used this. I don't think I ever have, other than for the free action to gain meter. Now, for his regular unique events, character specific events I should say, we have the I'm Awesome. Play when you take damage from an attack card, gain 1 meter for each damage Dan took from the attack. Now, this card is quite awesome, because if you fail a counter attack, take a bit of damage, you can play this as a response to gain a lot of meter, or you can also use it just to boost block. Either way, it's a very good card. Then you have the I Hope You're Ready for a Beating. It's a free action that lets you look at the top 4 cards of your deck, place 2 of them into your hand, and then discard the rest. A great way to pick and choose a few cards. And discarding 2 cards isn't that much of a big deal for Dan, as we will see when we come to his next event. Now you know who's really got the skills. And this card is really, really good. It takes an action to play, and you get to return any 2 non-super cards from your discard pile to your hand. What this means is that you can pick and choose any 2 cards that are not super. You can take any attack, any event, basically, like it says, any non-super card. And since you have 2 of these in your deck, if you have played one and you get the second card, you can play the second card and return the first one to your hand, And basically you have an infinite chain where you can get cards back from your discard, making these two cards super useful. They are quite vulnerable to stun though, as if you get stunned, you might lose one of these and then the chain is up. But as long as you have the chain, you can keep it going indefinitely. As long as you're prepared to burn actions for it, that is. Then we have the final card. Anyone can fight, but no one can show off like I can. This is also played as an action, and you gain 2 meter and you draw 2 cards. Each opponent within range 2 rolls 1 die and you take 1 damage for each fist rolled. So you could possibly take up to 2 damage for any person that rolls. But gaining 2 meter and drawing 2 cards is quite a trade-off for possibly taking up to 2 damage, especially if played mid-game, as it could be the difference between not getting your ultra or getting it. And comboed with the now you know who's really got the skills, you can keep drawing and using it to draw cards and build meter, though using both takes up your whole turn. So it's probably not the best strategy, but in a pinch, sure. Now to take a look at his combos. As you can see, he has some combo potential. Not the longest combo strings, but he has one starter which can bring him to 3 cards with 2 different enders, depending on your needs and hand, obviously. Other than that, he has a few 2-card combos. So let's get through them one at a time. First off, we have the Quick Adoken, which is the 3 dice range 1 starter, which if it deals damage lets you move Dan up to 1 space, which means you can move him back 1 space to range 2 before you combo into the Gadoken, which is a 2 dice but a range 2. You gain the +1 attack die, the edge, so you get 3. And from there you can combo into either the Fierce Gadoken, which is a 2 dice attack with gain meter in the with the combo and knockback 1. Or you can choose to go with the Dankokyaku, which is the 3 dice EXable attack, bringing the first combo chain to 3 plus 3, 6, and another 2, which is a possible 8 dice combo from that one, or 6 plus 4, which could be a 10 dice combo. So both very viable and quite damaging. Another option is to forego the Gadoken and go from the Quick Gadoken, move back 1 space to range 2, and then head into the Dankokyaku, which if you EX you can get a 7 dice combo. Then we have the Psycho Kick, which could possibly be a 4 dice attack at range 2, going into the Koryoken, which is a possible 5 dice attack. And to get the 5 dice out of this one, you have to make sure that you're not standing in a cardinal direction of your opponent when using the Psycho Kick. You have to be somewhat off center, so you still can dash 2. Then this attack could possibly be a 4 plus 5, so a 9 dice combo from just 2 cards. And lastly, we have the Leg Sweep starter, which is a 3 dice, knockback 1, mix up 1, at range 1 to 2, heading into a Koryoken. And this one allows you to use the Koryoken at full effect, even in a cardinal direction, as long as you use the Leg Sweep at range 2. Since it has knockback 1, pushing your opponent to range 3, allowing you to dash the full 2 right towards them. You don't have to dash by the side to get the full effect of this. So that is his combos. Now, Dan is a rather straightforward character to play. You just have to stick to your opponents at range 1 or 2 and build meter, unleash your ultra when you have it, and just be unpredictable. Be Dan, and you should be fine. Like I said, at range 1, it might not be the best option to throw out a special, but at the same time, if your opponents start getting in on what you're doing, absolutely use a special. The Koryoken at range 1, not the best option, but for playing mind games, definitely. If your opponent never knows what you're gonna do, they might try and block more, allowing you to use your super, or hopefully your ultra. Dan is usually a very overconfident character, but in the UTS system I think his confidence is warranted. He's a really good character, really fun to play, and like I said, unpredictable, like Dan should be. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this second character breakdown, and I will certainly be back for more. Until next time.